Hi, if you're invested in StrongBlock or if you're considering to invest into StrongBlock, this video is for you because in this video we're going to look at detailed data behind the scenes. So how much is StrongBlock growing? How is the community pool developing, as in how much money is flowing into the system versus out of the system? And you can rest assured that this will not just be a hype video because I don't own any StrongBlock nodes. I simply find it an interesting project. It's something outside of my risk tolerance, but still I think you will get some very interesting findings out of this video. So let's look at this. In the end, one question is always, should you invest in StrongBlock or should you reinvest into StrongBlock? By the way, the link to all of those charts, it is in the video description. And the first very interesting chart is how did the investments and the claims from those nodes develop over time, right? Because first you buy a node for 10 strong tokens, and then you get paid out this 0.1 tokens every day, roughly, right? And so you can claim this reward, and here we can see how much money was claimed and how much money was reinvested. So you might decide when you get those rewards to simply buy another node, right? What we can see here is that over time, the sell pressure on the strong token, it tends to increase, right? There's more money that flows out of the system here from the existing holders than back into the system. So say you've got 100 tokens that you generated, you reinvested maybe say 25 of those tokens, and the other 75 you have simply claimed and probably sold off. By the way, here in gray, those are the bars here that we can see in the background. This is inflows from new signups. And so what's interesting about this, right, when we zoom basically in over here, this is the next chart, we can see how much money simply stays in the system because of people that are simply very convinced of the project, that simply reinvest all the time, and how much money just comes in from new signups. We can see the major stability driver for the project is the existing base of users. So it very much looks like the people that are invested in Strong, they believe in it long term. And that money is more important than the money that comes in by people just entering the project. But still, we do have claims here, right? We do have people that sell. It outweighs the reinvested money, but compared to the new money, it's way larger. So the ratio of new money to reinvested money is pretty much stable. That can be seen here on the right axis. It's around 75, 80%, something like that. Next, we've got the ROI days. Now this looks way more dramatic than it actually is. This is actually a pretty stable chart. It ranges from 112 days to 108 days. And that's pretty much expected, right? You pay out those 10 strongs to buy a node, and then you get roughly 0 strong back per day, a bit less. And that return is fluctuating somewhat, which makes this return, this ROI days, not completely flat, right? A little bit of fluctuation in here. Note though, this is simply in strong tokens, the ROI in strong tokens. So this assumes the strong price stays completely flat, which is obviously not the case, right? It fluctuates wildly from $82 1 year ago to then $1,200 in its peak to currently $461. So that's the major determinant of how long you really need in order to recoup that initial investment. It's how stable is the strong price. So this chart over here is pretty much a very minor influence on your real ROI in terms of dollars. What you should really be looking at is whether or not the strong price here can remain its price level. And so that's then the next chart here. This is the daily rewards. In blue, we see this in strong tokens, in orange, in US dollars. We can see even the y-axis for the blue line, it barely exists, right? We are fluctuating here from 0.092 all the way down to 0.089. So there's basically no fluctuation in the daily rewards measured in strong. However, measured in US dollars, there is quite a bit of a fluctuation, right? So this is the return you get per day by owning one node. So in the peak, when we were at 12,000, you got 104 US dollars. So a bit less than 0.1 strong token. And now that's down to $44 because the strong price is way lower. There's a lot more very interesting charts to come, especially around the sustainability of the whole project, like how much money is in the community pool, etc. If so far you enjoyed this video, please give this a like because it will help the channel grow. Thank you. So here's the first impressive metric around the growth of the StrongBlock system. Look at this. This starts out in December of 2020. So we are looking at a bit less than 1.5 years. And we can see the claimed rewards, they basically grow like an exponential function, right? This is going up massively. And why is it going up like that? Because the system simply grows. This is a chart of the node creation. So how many new nodes are created each day? So in the early days, we had around 50, maybe 100 nodes created each day. Now we've got more than 1,000 nodes created every single day. And this is the creation. This is not how many nodes there are in existence, right? Because once you buy that node, unless you don't forget to pay this monthly fee, that node will keep existing and it will keep generating rewards. And so it's not just the nodes themselves growing, it's the growth of that node creation that is accelerating. So clearly positive momentum here. And now we come to something that might give us a first little concern around sustainability. So we see this very positive momentum, right? We see more and more money flowing in. We see people reinvesting a lot of their money. A lot of the rewards get reinvested, not all of it, but around 25% or so. But what we also see is that the strong wallet balances, so the balances of the StrongBlock team, of the StrongBlock project, it declines over time. Not incredibly fast, but still it's not 100% stable, right? We started out here in August 2021, so around half a year ago, with a bit over 400,000. Now we are maybe, you can add those numbers up, but probably rather around 320,000, something like this. So there seems to be decline happening here. And that decline is even more worrying when we now look at the rewards pool. And this is, I think, the main chart that you should be tracking. If you plan on investing into StrongBlock, or if you are invested in StrongBlock, or if you consider reinvesting into StrongBlock, track this chart very closely, because this might in the end be the major decision maker of whether or not the rewards might get slashed, right? There will be voting around this, but still, if this declines too quickly because the new money that's flowing in isn't offsetting the net claims, so the claims after reinvesting, if the inflows, they don't balance out with the outflows, you will see a declining community pool. And the community pool in the end is what pays out this daily rewards, right? You pay in with your very first node creation of 10 strong. You pay into this community pool. I think 3 of those 10 tokens get paid in here. And then you get paid out this 0.1 strong tokens each single day. And this inflow and outflow happens to the community pool. And this is currently the development over the last half year. From before, say, 220K or something like this, down to currently maybe 140, 130K, something in that region, right? And so when this gets low enough, maybe the daily returns will be cut in half again, right? Maybe there will be another halvening, as happened already in the past. That would then in turn mean that this ROI days over here, it might double again. So keep this in mind. The higher this is, the better. The lower this goes, the more dangerous or the tougher it gets, the less attractive it gets to invest into StrongBlock. There's more charts on this page, but I don't think they have too much meaning. Feel free to check them out. If you've got any questions around this, or if you like to support the channel, feel free to leave a comment as well, because that will help the algorithm. If you haven't yet, feel free to subscribe as well. And last but not least, there's also a premium membership that you can check out. thebitcoinstrategy.com is the address. You will find the link in the video description. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye-bye.